It was 2 a.m. in New York City. The streets were glowing with lights. People were laughing. Cars were rushing through the city. But inside a tiny apartment, 24-year-old Arav was sitting alone, crying. In his hand was a phone, and on the screen there was only one message from his mother. "Son, don't skip your meals, and don't work too hard." She had sent that message 3 days ago, but Arav never replied because he was busy, too busy. He wanted to become successful in America. He worked day and night. He always told himself, "One day I'll bring Mom to America. I'll give her a big house and a better life." But he didn't know life was about to take everything away from him. Arav came from a small village in India. His father had died when he was very young. His mother worked in other people's houses just to educate him. Sometimes she stayed hungry, but she never let her son sleep hungry. During rainy days, she got soaked herself, but protected his school books with her own sari. When Arav finally got a job offer in America, the whole village celebrated. His mother proudly told everyone, "My son is going to America. He's going to become a big man." That day, she wore a new sari for the first time in years. At the airport, she held Arav's hand tightly and said, "Son, just promise me one thing. Never forget me." Arav smiled and replied, "Mom, you are my whole world." But after reaching America, his world changed. New job, new friends, new lifestyle. Slowly, the phone calls became shorter. At first, he called every day, then once a week, then only quick messages. "I'm busy, Mom." But every night, his mother waited for his call. The network in the village was weak. Still, she kept her phone beside her pillow every night. Neighbors would ask, "Does your son call you often?" She always smiled and said, "Yes, he works very hard." But the truth was, sometimes Arav didn't call for weeks. One day his mother became seriously ill. The doctor said, "Her heart is weak, she needs care." But she never told Arav she didn't want to disturb his career. Meanwhile, Arav was busy celebrating his promotion in America. Loud music, bright lights, people dancing around him. Suddenly, his phone started ringing. Mom calling. He looked at the screen and pressed silent. 2 minutes later, she called again. Annoyed, Arav said, "I'll talk later." That night, he never called back. The next morning, while leaving for work, he received a call from India. It was his neighbor. Their voice was shaking. "Arav, your mother." Arav panicked. "What happened to my mom?" There was silence for a few seconds. Then the neighbor whispered, "She's gone." The phone slipped from Arav's hand. Everything around him became silent. For the first time in his life, success felt completely meaningless. He flew back to India immediately. Outside his small house, people had gathered quietly, the same tiny house, where his mother waited for him every night, inside. His mother was lying peacefully under a white sheet. Arav fell to the ground crying, "Mom, please wake up. I'm here now." But this time, he was too late. Later, an old neighbor handed him a small box. Inside were his childhood photos, old school certificates, and a diary. On the last page, his mother had written, "My son will become a great man one day. God, please keep him happy, even if he forgets me." Arav broke down completely. Memories flooded his mind. How she stayed awake all night when he had a fever. How she walked barefoot so he could buy school shoes. How she sold her jewelry to send him to America. And what did he give her in return? Only one sentence. "I'm busy, Mom." In her room, Arav found her old phone. There was one final voice message recorded in it. Her weak voice said, "Son, are you okay? I made your favorite mango pickle. When you come home, I'll feed you with my own hands." Arav cried uncontrollably, because now he would never taste that pickle again. After the funeral, Arav never returned to America. Instead, he opened a small school in his village. He named it Mom. Poor children could study there for free. Every child reminded him of his mother's sacrifices. And every night he looked at the sky and whispered, "Mom, maybe I never became a great man, but I'm finally trying to become a good human being." Emotional ending. Life's biggest tragedy isn't losing money or success. It's realizing too late that the people who loved us the most were simply waiting for our time.